And ladies and gentlemen, welcome on in on this incredible Saturday afternoon, maybe Sunday morning for some of you, depending on where you are. I am Irish commentating today on behalf of L7, the Nimbus Nighthawks versus Obscurus Quidditch Club. Two teams looking to get their season on track. Let me look real quick at their current standings. I don't know if either of these have an official win just yet. They do not. These are the two teams that have yet grasped an official win, but today, one of them will be walking away with a victory, getting themselves on the board and in the race for a possible Newt spot. Join with me today is our good friend, Time Twister. Time Twister, hello.
Yo, what's up, everyone? It's me, your boy, Scares here.
Heck yeah, he is here. We're gonna have a good one today, Time Twister. So let's hear it. I know you're familiar with some of these players. Some of them you've had the chance to go against. Some of you've had the chance to play with. I mean, early thoughts, Time Twister, before we truly break it down. Who do you
Break
think
it.
comes out with a win here today?
I'm going to be honest. I think both of these teams have a very high potential. Especially like the skill level of all of the players in these teams, absolutely phenomenal. And of course, I'm a Triwizard, so I know absolutely nothing. Um, but I do think both teams have a really decent chance. But I do think Obscurus Quidditch Club does have a little bit of an edge here, especially with some new additions between seasons.
As you have mentioned, those new additions, they have they have been working on it. The synergy has been getting down. They have had good games, Time Twister. OBS has. They just have not quite secured a full-blown victory yet. They were able to take one away from DQC. They had a really close game against Thin Ice, and they are looking here to show that the time and effort that they have put in so far will matter. Those additions that you have talked about, that would be Unknown Key and Ray Jean, are the two big ones. It looks like they have recently added in Laggy Lestrange. Previously on the wild card, Hagrid's, I believe she was looking for a more beater specific role. She must have found one here with Obscurus. Good for her. Welcome to the World Cup division, Laggy. Um, but yeah, I have to agree. Ray Jean, he was out of the game for quite a while. Did Was on the season one Thin Ice, was going to be part of season two Nox, did end up dropping, not playing that season. Had not seen a lot of Ray Jean in any format of Quidditch since, but he has been back active and playing with Obscurus chat. And I got to tell you, he has found a lot of his original form. I can tell you personally from playing against him in week two, he is extremely tough to hit. He gave My Secret Tux an incredibly difficult time, and he is going to showcase that today against the likes of Michimo
Oh,
and Disc Jockey on the Nimbus Nighthawks. I was about to say the Oinkus Nighthawks.
yeah.
We had a
Yeah, that's
little bit
next
of a
week.
banner thing there if we get that changed out. But that, as all games come down to, they're going to come down to that secret position. It will be interesting to see if we see Laggy Lestrange come out at all here on beater. We know that Ederani is their main beater, Time Twister. Uh, but over here on the Nimbus Nighthawks, we have a pretty good situation here. Now, no one on they do have some good potential scoring chasers here with Cheese and Queso, the addition of It's Harry from season one, vibing with Vin Lego. They Nimbus has also beefed their offense. Dak Daniels is obviously a keeper to be reckoned with. So now Life Size has been sitting here doing his best to adjust to the World Cup chasers that he had. Odorina, obviously last season, Time Twister. I believe you were a Triwizard last season. Am I correct?
No, I was not playing last season.
Okay.
I joined in towards the end, and I hopped on broadcasting. But I've seen Odorina play. Absolutely wonderful player.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, she led Triwizard in points last season. Uh, So she will be doing a lot of the work on the offense, but that their offense has just gone stronger. They've added a lot of good pieces around her with Key, with Gertnet. Anna Wong obviously can do her thing. You have Zayuni who will be flexing around for Obscurus. So there's a lot of different dynamics, a lot of different, situations we could end up with. But I will have to agree with you, Time Twister. I think Obscurus has shown a lot of fight. Not saying that Nimbus hasn't, but I think Obscurus is really due for something. But I will say, I think the difference maker for Nimbus Nighthawks this game will be Dak Daniels. If he can stop that offensive chaser core of Obscurus and get some kicks on Ray Jean and help Mitchie and Disc catch at least one per game, Nimbus, they can do it. It's not impossible, I will say.
Right. And let's definitely not discount Captain Carnage as beater.
Absolutely not. He has been putting in the work as of recently for these situations. He's had a pretty good season so far. I think he has had a couple takedowns there on those secret races. Now, their first games for Nimbus, just in all fairness, was against Azkabangers and Bad Dragons. Now, Azkabangers is obviously a very, very stacked team from top to bottom. They have two incredible seekers in Neo and Rabo. That's just tough for anyone to beat. And then that chaser core of Dake, Skinny, Teddy, and Gloss. Anyone losing to Azkabangers is understandable when you check out their roster. And then Bad Dragons, they're also a team that has come up from Triwizard. They've added a lot of strength. Beastman on keeper, who's been really performing well as of recently, and Zen on Seeker has also really been a surprise, I would say, to a lot of people, his performance this season. And so maybe they just weren't quite expecting what Zen was capable of on Seeker for those. And then obviously Pingu. So two really tough opponents that they've had so far, and opponents who have so far been having a good season. Bad Wagons do have their win against Nimbus, and then Azkabangers so far beating everyone they've gone against outside of Wholesome Comms. So Nimbus has already gone against two tough opponents. So we'll see here with the two remaining full defeated teams who will pull out and get it on track. I am super excited for it. We do see that the positions are being selected here. So hopefully soon we will get into this game and get our answers. Chat, how are we feeling today on this incredible Saturday? We got 3 really fun games lined up for us tomorrow. I will go ahead. That will be actually, 4. Excuse me. 4 awesome games lined up tomorrow. The Nocturne Ravens versus the Hellfire Hogs at 12 or 1 p.m. EST, and then followed by Wildcard Hagrids and Hellfire Hogs at 2 p.m. EST. And then later in the afternoon, Wholesome Comms versus Obscurus Quidditch Club, the team we're watching right now, at 4:30 p.m. EST. And Double Dorks versus Wholesome Comms at 5:30 EST. And I would like to remind everyone, let me bring up my notes here, that in this season, there is a prize pool. Mitchie, pumped up for Quiddy, my team air brethren. Mitchie, you have a great game. I hope you catch them snitches, Mitchie. I hope to see Dak come back in full force. This is a fun team to watch right now. The prize pools, a reminder that L7 likes to remind us of, is that the World Cup Newts winner will split a $500 prize pool. There will be a $300 prize pool to split up with the Tri team that wins, and then 200 split prize pool to the Tri team that is the top scoring. So money, 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 money to be had. So which of the Nimbus, Nighthawks, and Obscurus will find their way on the money trail here today? We are hoping to find out soon. They are still in the select screen.
Yep.
And then, of course, we have our banned maps and any other situations that may occur. The good old fun stuff. Time Twister. The good old fun stuff.
The good old fun stuff. I have not seen anything in the match setup regarding banned maps or anything like that, which is, for lack of a better term, wee bit concerning.
Only a wee bit, though.
Yeah.
If the less banned maps, the better, maybe. Unless they just haven't gotten them out yet, or they're going to go through them in the queue setup.
It looks
Oh,
like
here we are.
We are actually starting, so let's go ahead and switch to. Oh. Let me fix
It
that.
is a World Cup day, and it does look they will be playing it out. Game 1, Obscurus and Nimbus are at it. We are on the POV of vibing with Vin as Odarina goes for the backup shot, doesn't quite get it,
And we lose
and
the
now I am
POV.
on a black screen.
We all are. That's awesome.
Oh,
So,
we are back on the side of Moldy Cheese.
Yep.
As he puts out his ring. Life Size getting a big stop there. Kicks it on out to the hands of USA Quidditch. Passes it to Key. Key's going to be looking for his possibilities here as he dodges and weaves some of these chasers. He's looking for it. He goes for the top hoop. Doesn't quite get it. Sends it out to vibe it with Vin. Right now, Disc Jockey regenning his HP. The Seekers are close, Time Twister. But Key with the ball again.
Right, there's definitely a lead here for Obscurus. On the topic of Obscurus, Key getting the first 10 points on the board right there.
Yeah, Obscurus coming out strong with that Seeker game. Captain Carnage is going to have his work cut out for him. Right now, Disc Jockey has recovered to full health. Cheese and Queso holding it, trying to space out these Seekers right now. Trying to help him get some of that bar back for for Disc Jockey.
Right.
Ball in the hands of life-size Midge. He's going to look to pass it out to USA Quidditch, who sends a far pass up to Key. Doesn't get intercepted as vibing with Vin goes for the attempt. This situation, he is just looking not to get stolen from, but it will be by It's Harry. He has one chaser to beat on his left side that is spacing him out. They go for it. He goes for the drift shot. Distance doesn't make it. Life Size able to pick it up. Rajon looking like he's having a commanding lead on this Snitch race right now. Though it is a little bit difficult to tell with some of the blurriness.
Right, certainly. About to get to that sweet, sweet slideshow quality.
And Key puts another one in.
Yep, making it
Obscurus
0-20 in favor of Obscurus.
Absolutely time. They're up 20-0 with 4 minutes, 28 seconds remains. Disc Jockey has found his way back into the secret race a little bit. Looks like they may have tried to use their reserve right there. Laggy taking down Captain Carnage. Or excuse me, yes, Laggy taking down Captain Carnage. Rajon finding a good lead here now. This is going to have to be in a position without a beater, although he just revived, to bump his way back in. Captain Carnage came in, and excuse me, it's not Rajon on Seeker, it's Gertnetz on Seeker, and Captain Carnage was able to take him down, and he takes down Laggy Lestrange. Captain Carnage having a great moment right here, hopefully in order to tie it up 30-30, and they do. Disc Jockey gets the catch. It is 30-30 right now, and we haven't. Gertnet is thinking, thank you. The chat was correct. I hadn't been able to fully see who was on the side of Obscurus. We don't have any of their POVs, if I'm correct.
That is accurate. The only POV we have is the one we are watching.
Gotcha. Okay, so sometimes it's a little hard to. I have to make assumptions on who's on which role, but so excuse me on that. Gertnet on Seeker, Laggy on Beater, Odarina, Key. And if it's not Gertnet, then the other chaser would most likely be Anna Wong. Or no, USA Quidditch. USA Quidditch is on there, is the other chaser, and Life Size on keeper for OBS. Key gets the ball stolen by Vibin Vin. He's looking for his options upfield to Dark Rit Nighthawk. One day I will say that fast. Looking for one-timer possibilities. Odarina punches him out of it. Life Size able to get the quaffle anyways. Kicks it out to Key. He's going to have his opportunities here, hopefully to break up this tie. A lot of focus on the Seeker right now. Cheese and Queso with a big stop. And right now, the offensive momentum by Obscurus looks to have slowed down a little bit after that Disc Jockey catch. Gertnet was in position to catch it all, but Captain Carnage came in super clutch there. Right now, with the quaffle time switch. So what do you think needs to happen at this point? We're 2 minutes in. The Seekers are close. Captain Carnage takes down Laggy. Are you thinking that the 30 points at this moment is a little bit more important than trying to get some chaser goals in?
I don't know, because like sure the snitch is really nice and it almost ensures the win at this point, but I do think like the chaser goals, like even intentionally letting one in just so you can get a hero kick on the opposing seeker, I can't tell if that's detrimental enough to potentially warrant it, especially with how strong Gertnet is as a seeker, how strong Disc Jockey is as a seeker. But we see the Nighthawks driving it downfield, and we see Vibin with Vin score, breaking the tie, putting it 40-30 in favor of the Nighthawks.
Nighthawks getting their very first chaser score in. Disc Jockey goes down by the hands of Laggy Lestrange. So now you are in a position where if you are the Nighthawks, Laggy also taking down Carnage. If you are the Nighthawks, you may be looking for this opportunity now to try to get 2 scores in with a minute remaining. Although Disc Jockey can bump his way back in, it is a little bit of an upfield battle. Laggy taking down Vibin with Vin. Right now, their only chaser with a score in. 45 seconds remains. This jockey was able to get a bump in there, closing that stitch gap just so slightly. He's going to need another 2 or 3 here. These chasers now kind of putting a lot more attention. Gertnet low on HP, but he does regen right there. Cheese and Queso doing his best to get kicks in. Odorino holding the quaffle right now. Looks like they're going to go for the possibility of catching. Laggy getting some punches on Disc Jockey. Key puts one in the moment Gertnet catches, putting 40 on the board for them all at once. It is 70-40 with 10 seconds remains. OBS will be closing out this game 1 with a victory to take the series up 1-0. And that is all she wrote for game 1 as we get set up here for game 2. We got some people cheering for both teams in the chats. This is a tough call. Score one more, not because preventing catch was possible. Win last minute. That is true. There is a possibility of just no one catching, but Key timing it perfectly there, Beesman, to get them 40 all at once. And we saw some good plays there, Time Twister. I mean, that first snitch race, we saw Captain Carnage getting the double kill on both. And then that second one, we saw Laggy getting the double kill on both. I mean, welcome back to World Cup, Laggy Lestrange. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah, completely and totally. The that double elim really secured that snitch for OBS. It really did.
Absolutely. And they had a really good starting offensively. It slowed down a little bit there, though. Key getting his final score. Obviously there is a pro and con time when you score to the degree that you do without getting scored on. Is obviously you get up 3, that's nice snitch insurance, but you're also giving the team a minimum of 3, possibly 6 hero kicks to work with.
Yeah.
And we saw there that Gertnet was pretty pressured. We saw a lot of times he had to sit there midfield. He was getting leads, but Disc Jockey able to bring them back off of that. If you are in the situation of OBS, I mean, you have the chaser core. Do you try to find a balance after that kind of slowdown with in the second half of the snitch race, or do you think they should just say, hey, we're all chaser and Laggy's playing good? Maybe Edorani comes in this next game. We'll see what the lineup is. But do you think they, I know in a lot of situations, the ideal is like get the first 20 and then focus seeker. Do you think that's a situation they should go for? Or do you think they should just trust that chaser game?
I think trusting the chaser game, I think, is definitely the play here. Like, we've both seen the OBS chaser core. It's a powerhouse. I mean, both of these chaser cores are powerhouse, but OBS, like when you have Odorina and Anna Wong and Unknown Key, especially when you're backed up by beaters like Laggy and Edorani, you're just rocking house.
Yeah, OBS. Shout out to USA Quidditch, captain of OBS. He's put in work for this team in very recent memory. He has said that it's time for OBS to be on the map. They had obviously a very successful Tri-Wizard season. And, they so far they haven't had the start that they may have wanted for World Cup, but with the addition of Laggy, obviously Gertnet here is being on Seeker. But, if Rajon stays active, uh, Key and Oda find their rhythm, there is a lot of pieces for them to I wouldn't even say surprise. I think at their full form, there are quite a few teams that they can take on and win in the World Cup. And so we're seeing USA doing everything he can to get those pieces together, and we may see the start of a run here today if they win this game too. With that said, Nighthawks here again. They have been in World Cup for the previous two seasons. Well, excuse me, last season because it was the first situation that they had it. But they were obviously they played in season one back when it was East versus West. They have a lot of experience in these situations. They have found their way to come out on top in these situations before. Look for them to still possibly find the answer to get in. You saw that Disc Jockey was able to get his catch. They may keep Disc Jockey. They may go with Mitchie. Uh, they can catch here if Gertnet is staying the seeker for OBS. Uh, Either Disc and Mitchie can catch, and so if they really put their chips on it for seeker game time, Twister, I do think Nimbus still can come out of this with the next two games.
Oh, absolutely. I did not mean to say, didn't mean to just completely and totally rule them out, but like especially when you have, Cheese and Queso Dak Daniels there on keeper, and then, as you said, Disc Jockey Mishi on seeker, and the chaser core Mishi is an absolutely wonderful seeker, along with Dark Grit Nighthawk. It's Harry vibing with Vin Lego, one of the Nighthawk's more recent additions, acquisitions, some other third word that starts with A. Um, I definitely think both of these teams have, as mentioned earlier, quite the strong roster, quite the strong fighting chance, and I definitely think these are going to be some very exciting games 2 and possibly even game 3 that we're going to be seeing here in a little bit.
And we see they are in warm-ups right now here at Weasley's Burrow. There are some changes on OBS. Gertnet will be on Chaser. Edirani, aka Osiris, will be on Seeker. And on the other side, Michimo has been put on Seeker for the Nimbus Nighthawks. So a couple differences here. We are starting with the POV of Gertnet. Nimbus Nighthawks seeming Key picking up the winning kickoff by Nighthawks. So now Key will pass it up to Gertnet for OBS. He's looking for his options. He goes for a shovel. I don't know if he was going for a shovel score or a shovel pass. Either way, it ends up in the hands of Cheese and Queso, who is holding it back behind the posts right now. Little bit of a dangerous play. Gertnet goes to look to steal. Ooh, had some situations there. Cheese and Queso finally kicks it on out, although to no avail. Key getting it right back, passes it to Zayuni, which is another change here for Obscurus. Key with the grab. Dark Grit Nighthawk with the steal, though, and he'll take it on downfield. He'll have his 1v1 with Zayuni, and he puts it on in. Nimbus Nighthawks 10-0. 6 minutes remains. They're getting a little bit of offensive pressure here. Little bit better than last one. Laggy Lestrange is 1 HP on the side of OBS. Gertnet looking to help on that Seeker race. The ball is loose, picked up by Odorina. They are trying to take out Laggy right now as Odo looks for her options on Cheese and Queso. Looks like they went for a pass, and it didn't quite pan out the way they did. Vibing with Vin. He's going to have a upfield chaser that looks to be all alone. Dark Grit Nighthawk looked for it. He passes it to Vibin Vin for a one-timer. Vibin Vin sends it on down to the top hoop. It is 20-0 with 5 minutes, 15 remains. Time Twister. How we feel about the secret race, though?
Secret race. I mean, there's definitely a lead here for Nimbus Nighthawks, even if it's only by like 5%. Let's see, and it does actually look like they swapped out Disc Jockey for Majimo on their end. So
That is correct. Michimo is on the side of Nimbus. They're putting a lot of pressure on Captain Carnage right now as he's a little bit low HP. Cheese and Queso kicks it out to Dark Written Nighthawk. What some good blocks. At this point, though, it looks like all three of these chasers are going in for a possibility. And Dark Written Nighthawk puts another one on in, giving him that 30-0 lead. That's good timing, too, as we see the snitch leaving that area. They're probably going to reserve it on the side. Zayuni doesn't reserve it. He holds on to it. That's going to actually prove to be pretty good here for the side of OBS, though. Michimo taking a tackle, and now she is 1 HP with Obscurus having a very good lead right now. He's got the straightaway. He gets kicked out of the straightaway, though. Mitchie takes the hit by Laggy. Obscurus with the straightaway right now, and he grabs it. And we have a total flip of game one, Time Twister.
Yeah, we went from OBS getting the 3 chaser scores to Nighthawks getting it absolutely nuts. On the topic of Nighthawks, looks like they win the post first snitch kickoff. Lose the looks like Vibin with Vin lost the 1v1 with Zayuni. Darker Nighthawk goes down from that hero kick. We love to see it. Love to see some elims.
Absolutely. Especially when it's the Seekers. Sorry, Time Twister.
Are you kidding me? I eat hero kicks for breakfast.
Let's go. That's what we like to hear. Harry sends one off to Zayuni. Doesn't quite get it. Zayuni with a good stop. Key gets it with the shovel pass. Gertnet positioning himself up forward for it. Vibing with Vin takes out Laggy, helping Michimo get a little bit of that situation. Key getting his first goal of the game for OBS, chaser-wise at least.
Right, breaking 40-30. The tie.
Yeah, indeed they do. 40-30 with 2 minutes, 50 seconds remain. We'll have to see here if we see another flip of game one. Right now, Mitchie half HP, doing her best to stay alive. Obscurus looking pretty good right now as far as lead and health goes. Mitchie in the red now. So this is a bit of a tough situation if you are Nimbus. You're now a little bit behind. Laggy just takes out Mitchie. Laggy proving to be a great pickup for OBS here in this game. You know, Mitchie's behind pretty decent bit now, although it's still early. She can get some bumps in. But you also have the 10-point disadvantage on Chaser. Dark Red Nighthawk just getting it stolen by Key, so they're not going to solve that problem at this moment. This is going to be a very tough situation. They're either going to have to go all in on Seeker and hope that Cheese and Queso can stop the likes of Odarina and Key multiple times. Gertnet with a whiff there on the right hoop. It was open. Does it just overshot it over the top and get that 30. You at this point can kind of give up 2 scores, Time Twister, if you're Nimbus, but you've got to get Mitchie back in the secret race.
Right. And I think like once you give up that 3rd score, if you do, I think it's just game over. But we see Michi finally closing that lead just by a little bit.
Absolutely. Cheese and Queso getting good stops here. We see Gertnet already on the secret race as well. He's chasing down Captain Carnage as much as he can. We saw Laggy was a little bit on the chaser game as she took out Vibin with Vin a second ago. So a little bit of difference in where we're focusing. Gertnet taking away the bludger from Captain Carnage. The ball in the hand of Nimbus now, though. They are going to look for their opportunities against Zayuni, although Zayuni's not having it. The ball loose as he kicked it out. Picked up by Oda. Oda will probably elect to just hold it here. Actually, no, she is going down. And Zayuni kicks Michimo at a very crucial time. 20 seconds remains. This is going to be very rough. And I would have to say even impossible now, because even if they stop Obscurus before the timer goes out, they're not going to be able to make 20 points to stop this. And I don't think Mitchie can get this in 10 seconds. It does look like with a 50-30 victory, OBS will secure their first game of the season. Absolutely. First off, what a great job by Laggy coming back in her first World Cup game of the season on a new team, showing off right there, getting some good kills on both Disc and Mitchie when it mattered. Very, very good play by both teams. That was exciting still. I would say that the Chasers of Nimbus showed some life there. Definitely, hopefully, some confidence builder going for them into future games. But OBS finally getting their due victory after having so many close games against DQC and Thin Ice. Oh, he is muted. So I am. Are you good? Okay, all good, all good.
But yeah, I completely and totally agree with everything you just said, Flyrish. I definitely think Nighthawks did as much as they could. They put up a good fight, but unfortunately, it just seemed like that OBS was just able to turn the tides really hard, and they were finally able to make that comeback.
Absolutely. Yep. OBS showed no panic after an 0-30 disadvantage. They got their snitch. They handled chasers and even though the score didn't necessarily flip, it was still a little bit of a flip. The game one OBS chasers didn't score anything until the very end there at end of game one after a hot start. Nighthawks chasers had a hot start, then couldn't quite get it going in the second half. But nonetheless, good play by everyone. Captain Carnage with his double kill at big times. So quite the entertaining matches for us, chat, here on this Saturday. But don't forget that we have 4 very exciting matches tomorrow, which include the likes of Wholesome Comms, the Ravens, the Hogs, and DQC. All of them will be featured tomorrow in some games. So don't miss out. We have the wild card Hagrids as well. Actually, I lied. The Ravens. Oh wait, nope, the Ravens
Yeah.
do play. Uh, so you'll see our boy Time Twister here on the Ravens go for a game. So how you feeling, Time Twister? I just got done working with DCast a little bit. He's looking good. He's looking good.
Good. I'm I'm glad.
I told him though that it's his job to kill the other seeker and your job to stay alive. So
Yeah.
you
I
better stay
will.
alive tomorrow time.
I'll be sure to get all of my hero kick eating done before 12 p.m. Eastern. But I can't really say much about my upcoming match. My captain did make me sign a non-disclosure agreement, but all I can say is everyone that's coming in to watch is going to be in for a treat.
I have seen some shenanigans, and we are ready for the excitement for tomorrow. In for a treat, indeed. Especially who knows the chaos that will be with the wildcard Hagrids. But with that said, thank you to L7 for producing this. Shout out to Riley, who was on the POVs and adjusting even when some of the POVs weren't working. So thank you to her and for the production. Time Twister, thank you for being here as well and with your incredible co-commentating alongside of me. Thank you to everyone in the chat who came by and supported OBS and Nimbus Nighthawks. We will see y'all tomorrow. Deuces.